Hey, welcome to Gracie Schwarzwald and our complete Gracie Jiu-Jitsu Self-Defense Course. And striking should be a part of any Jiu-Jitsu training, learning how to strike, learning how to defend strikes, simply because one, it's a very important tool to use, and two, if you don't know how to defend strikes, you don't know how to defend yourself. And part of learning how to defend strikes is learning, of course, how to throw them correctly. All right, not that necessarily an attacker is going to throw punches correctly, but you know, we want to learn all aspects of the art. So we're going to focus right now on the jab. And all the jab is a lead straight punch, meaning if his left leg is forward, let me get you facing this, it's going to be this lead hand. If he had a switch stance, the right leg forward, the right hand will be the jab. Now, if we're holding pads, for instance, the jab we would call a one. So if we use here, I'd say one, here. Okay, so very simple. Now let's go over this. This is not as much of a knockout punch as the others that we're going to cover, okay? But it's still a very powerful punch. And for me, it serves two purposes, right? Or multiple purposes. One, it can be used to keep the distance, right? So if I'm coming in, he can keep jabbing me off, keeping me off. It's also a range finder, right? So if you just stand right there and you try to throw a round kick, you're probably out of range, right? But if you touch me with that jab, yeah, you know that you're in there. Right, if you hit me with a jab, you're probably also in range to take me down, right? Shooting, yeah, exactly. Okay, also, what happens is people focus on the power hand. So I'm here, I'm out of range, and they're trying to throw power hands. What's happened? You're not in the right range. But I've extended a ton of energy, useless energy, and now, of course, I'm open to counters. But if I know, bam, I can touch you, now I know I can throw my power hand. Okay, so let's go over kind of the proper way to do this. So he's going to be in our good fight position here. Very good base. Elbows are in, hands are up like he's making two little phone calls. Okay, now this hand is going to come straight out the line and then it's going to turn over. Now notice, again, come back. One reason, let me turn you this way, and every style is different. I'm not saying this is necessarily wrong, but let me explain. One reason that we do this and we turn the elbow over is because it lifts his shoulder up, so he can cover. If you keep the arm down sometimes, it's not as high up on the shoulder. Now he's tucking his shoulder in, okay? So we're gonna face this way. He tucks the shoulder, he keeps his chin down, and then it's gonna come right back the same way. Now, you can extend your body a little bit when I throw this. Boom, what I don't wanna do, let me get you standing right here in front of me, facing me, is go overboard and extend like this, where I've turned and I can't see. Because if he slips outside this, and I'm really overextended, I'm gonna eat kicks, I'm gonna eat punches to the back of the head, I'm gonna get rear clenched, all of these. So I wanna make sure that, boom, I go, this is just enough extension so that if he does slip across, I'm in good position to here. Now, let me get you face the camera again. If the punch comes out at 100 miles per hour, how fast does it go back? At least, yeah, 120, right? So I always tell my students, or I tell people, don't admire your work, right? I don't come out and I don't throw that jab, bah, that was pretty. Because now, boom, I'm gonna get countered right back. Okay, we throw, bah. Now, a lot of times when we throw something, and the difference between self-defense is I'm not looking to get into a kickboxing match, right? We learn striking, but we don't want to be sitting here in the street brawling, blah, 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 blah. Because it only takes one mistake, okay? So when you throw any strike, we're covering it now because it's kind of our first thing, do something after, right? There could be another strike. It could be he throws a strike and he enters off of that in the clinch. It could be this, he throws a strike and he clears out. But don't stand there, throw the strike, and then wait for me to do something now. This is not, I tell my students, this is not a conversation, right? I don't go, pop, pop, pop. Okay, what do you want to do? Pop, pop, pop. That's a conversation. We're not having a conversation, okay? So one more time, he's facing, let me get you slightly this way, okay? Good positioning. Arm extends, don't come back. Don't wing that elbow up and then flick it out. His elbow is driving his fist, it turns over, it comes right back, and then again, he's gonna do something after that, whether it's enter, whether it's throw another strike, any of those sorts of things. And that is our basic lead straight, jab, or number one strike.